Hey guys, welcome to the channel. In today's video, we'll be talking about the GTA 5 Casino DLC and what we can expect based on the official trailer and what I've seen on the Rockstar Newswire. I want to point out that I will not be covering vehicles or penthouses or new players in this. I just want to cover the gambling aspect only. So first off, let's talk about the release date. The release date is July 23rd, 2019. 4 days away from when I'm recording this. I know I got to it a little bit late. I was out of town celebrating my birthday over the weekend. My birthday was the 17th, so back to work today, I guess, though. Anyway, let's talk about the games that they said that we'll be allowed to play. We got Blackjack, so I'm going to cover how the game is played a little bit too at the same time. So in Blackjack, you receive 2 cards from the dealer, and you try to get as close to 21 without going over or going bust, while beating the dealer's cards. So if the dealer has, a 16, he has to hit at that point. Say he hits, got an 18, but you have a 19, you win. Say you have a 16, you hit, you get a 10, you now have 26, you lose. It's pretty simple. I'm pretty sure most of you know how to play Blackjack. Secondly, slot machines. So slot machines are simple. You push a button, you win or you lose. But how they work is they have symbols that are all on a different pay line. Each symbol has its own value that if you match them up, it wins that value. So basically, you just match up symbols based on their pay line. They also have roulette. Roulette's probably the most complicated game that they have. Okay, it's not. It is the most complicated game that they have. It's got 38 numbers on a board, as well as an abundance of little side bets. You can bet on just black, just red. You can bet on columns. You can bet on rows. It's pretty difficult to explain without actually looking at the board itself. But I'm sure that they're going to have some sort of tutorial on it as well, I would hope. Third game that they're going to have, or the fourth game, my bad, that they're going to have is the wheel, which you've seen it in the Arena War update. It's just a big wheel with a bunch of different prizes on it. You spin it, whatever the hell you land on is what you get. It's the simplest game that they have, easily. They also have horse racing, which, once again, is pretty simple, and they've already had this implemented in the game a little bit. With actual races that you do with your vehicles, you can bet on different players and get different odds based on how much in favor they are of winning or losing. So, for example, if you got this one horse that's won the last 5 races that he's been in, his odds are going to be really good to win the race. And he's a safe bet, so if you bet on him, you're going to make money, potentially, because he's going to win the race. But if he does, you're not going to make as much as you can as if the worst horse there wins the race, because the odds are much lower of him winning. So if you bet on the lower odds of winning, you can make more money off of it, essentially, if they actually do win. It's, I don't know. It is a bad bet, but, high risk, high reward, essentially. Now, lastly, the game I am most excited for that they were talking about is 3-card poker. Now, I've mentioned in some of my previous videos, do deal table games myself. I am a table games dealer. In 3-card poker, you're facing the house, so there's other people that are going to be playing and not playing against them. Playing against the house, just like you do in Blackjack. The dealer will deal you 3 cards, hence the name 3-card poker. It's pretty simple. Your cards need to beat their cards. That's it. You don't get any new cards. You either keep your hand or you throw it away. So, however, the dealer, in order to play, quote unquote, they need to get a queen or higher in their hand. If they don't have a queen, you automatically win one of your bets. The other bet's a push, and then it'll go down to the third bet. I'm going to explain the bets in just a second. Now, so the bets, there's only 2 bets in 3-card poker. 2 of them coincide with each other, and then there's the third one that I mentioned. So the first bet is against the dealer. It's called the ante. That's what you need to play against the dealer. You go in and you put down your ante, he deals you your cards, and then you look at them, you decide if you want to keep your hand or not. Rule of thumb, if you have a queen 10 or better, you want to keep your hand. However, I don't play that way. I know a lot of people that don't play that way, and it usually works out just fine. So, say you get your hand and you only have a 10. 10 is your highest card. You can fold at that point and throw your hand away and lose the money that you put on your ante, or you can risk it and you can decide to play, which means you put your cards down and you put a bet in your play section matching the bet that's in your ante. And then the dealer will flip his cards over. If your cards beat his, you win. So say you had a pair of kings and you played and he had a pair of queens, you would beat him. You would win both the play and the ante at that point. Now let's go to the third bet, which is a side bet technically, and it is called Pairs Plus. If you play Pairs Plus, you can only play Pairs Plus. You can play both of them together, or you can just play against the dealer. However, if you're playing Pairs Plus, you're not playing against the dealer at all. You're just playing against the odds. So essentially, you're going to play Pairs Plus. Your dealer's going to give you 3 cards. If you have a pair or better, you win. Pretty simple. Like I said, you're not playing against the dealer at that point. You're just playing against the odds. It is the best bet on the table. There's people that just play Pairs Plus all day, every day, load up money on Pairs Plus. There's also odds on payouts on this game. So your ante has odds and your Pairs Plus has odds. Pairs Plus has odds if you get a pair higher, obviously, is odds on that. Like a straight pays, I don't know what their payouts are going to be, but I mean, a straight can pay 3-1, 4-1, so meaning if you bet $100 on Pairs Plus and you get a straight, you're getting $300. If you get a flush, you're getting $400. If you get 3 of a kind, they usually pay like 30-1, so if you bet $100, you're getting $3,000 out of it. And then a straight flush, which is the highest as you can get, usually. Some casinos do it a little bit differently, where they have like a mini royal, and it's like ace, king, queen of suited, But anyway, it's still just a straight flush. They pay 40-1. So if you bet $100 on your Pairs Plus and you get a straight flush, you're getting $4,000 out of it. Now, let's go to the odds on the ante bonus. So if you're playing against the dealer, whether you're playing Pairs Plus or not, so you have a bet in your ante, you bet $100 ante, you have 3 of a kind in your hand, you obviously want to play that, so you put your cards down, match with the play. The ante is also going to have odds usually. Once again, I don't know how Rockstar is going to do it in their casino, but in my casino, that would get you an extra 4-1 on your ante. So whatever your ante is, you'd get paid for it once, and then you'd get paid for it 3 more times because of your 3 of a kind. Or did I say 4? I don't know. Anyway, it's been a long weekend. However, a few other little things to talk about when it comes to 3-card poker. I know a lot of you guys have been playing Red Dead Online, playing Hold'em on that, and you think you might have your poker hands down, you know what beats what. In this game, it's a little bit differently. In this game, it is the only poker game in existence that a straight beats a flush. Even though it doesn't pay better on the odds, oddly, or does it? I couldn't tell you. Because of the, I don't know what Rockstar's going to do. Anyway, but if you're playing against a dealer, a straight beats a flush in 3-card poker because it is more difficult to get in 3-card poker. With that being said, I think, honestly, I'm probably going to wrap up this video. There's not much more to talk about. I will be doing a separate video for the new people that we've seen in the trailer, and I will be doing another video just for the vehicles and properties that you can buy. I want you guys to stick around for those videos. I want to thank you for sticking around all the way through this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment on your thoughts. Tell me what you're most excited about this new DLC. And what you've been doing to make money for this DLC, because it's going to be expensive. All right, well, with that being said, thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one.